Hello everyone, my name is Nikolai and welcome back. Today we're going to be making a big burger. Now you're going to want a few things before you start making your burger, and have some supplies ready. To start off, we're going to have some bacon, 2 packs of beef. I have 93.7 and 85.15. American cheese, cheddar cheese. Generally whatever you want to put on your burger is up to you, but I went with some basic ingredients. Besides the beef, we have some mustard, mayo, garlic, a few other herbs, salt, cheese. This is going to be a very homemade burger, so no real precise measurement is needed here. I'm just going to be putting crap everywhere, so there's no need for very specific measurements. So the very first thing I did was preheat the oven to 350. In this case, I'm going to be using white dough loaves. I used way too many. I used 3 when I probably should have used like at most 1.5, because this bread rose up really quickly. So if you're going to do something to this scale, don't overdo it on the bread. First thing we have to do, because it does come in loaves, I do have to put a little oil and mix it all together. So it's one big dough clump and not 3 separate bread loaves. Basically, you just want to mix up your dough and make sure that it's one solid piece if you are using separate loaves. From there, I added a few herbs. I used oregano and basil, and then continued to mix them for quite a lot longer. So now that we have our dough all finished up, we're going to put it back into the bowl and leave it inside the refrigerator to puff up a little bit.
I have 85.15 and 93.7. And I'm just going to mix these up pretty well.
Once it's all mixed and combined, we're going to add our spices and garlic. Now that all of our goodies are mixed inside of the burger, we're going to make it into a patty and form it up. Now that it's in a patty shape, we can set it aside and prepare the pan. We need to oil up the pan first. From there, we add our burger. Now that it's done, we're going to set it aside for now. Back to the bread. So here I have a mixture of parsley leaves, salt, and an egg. I'm mixing it thoroughly, and then I'm going to spread it on the top surface of the bread. This will somewhat glaze it and give the bread a better texture. Now that we spread our mixture on top of it, we're going to move it into an actual baking pan and then score the top. And like so, we toss that thing into the oven. While we wait for our bread to cook, now is a good reminder to subscribe if you really like what I do. I'm going to be posting more soon, so hopefully you can stay around and watch that as well. Other than that, I just watched some Manly Badass Hero while I waited for my bread to cook. Speaking of which, I add our burger into the oven so it can bake alongside our bread. I did this just so I could have a head start and not have to wait as long. I pulled the bread out of the oven, and while it looks delicious and nice and crispy, the center was still a gooey dough, and that's not very good for our burger. So I ended up cutting it in half and not having a nice round bun on top as I'd like to. But whatever, it's gonna look more like a grilled cheese now. So I sliced the bread in two. And then proceeded to toast both sides with a nice little bit of butter. This will give it a better crispy taste and ultimately look better. This is also a good time to start grilling up those onions and bacon from earlier. Unless you want them the way they are. The bacon I got is already cooked, so there's no need to. From there, we can start to construct the burger. And it is done. Thank you so much for watching me make this burger. It was absolutely delicious. It took a little while, and there's definitely some things I'd like to improve on. I'm gonna remake this entire thing probably sometime in the future. There's definitely a lot of work that can be done to make this even better, but I still really enjoyed it. You could even enjoy it with a side of fries. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, and goodbye.